Today, I'm going to be attempting to make a texture pack in just 30 minutes. We're going to go for a green 16x theme, so let's get into it. Alright, so here we are over on my desktop here. So I have got my resource pack template, and I've got some other packs that we're going to kind of base certain textures off. But yeah, the whole idea is to try and make a complete Minecraft PvP texture pack in just 30 minutes. Alright, we've got the timer, and let's get into it. Right, so I'm doing a bit of kind of like post commentary over this, just so I can explain kind of what I'm doing. So first thing I'm doing is getting my texture pack. I think it's my default edit texture pack, and I'm just editing the sword basically. So obviously we're going for a green 16x theme here, just adding some shading to the blades here using the gradient tool. And I tried to do the same on like the handle bit here, but it doesn't quite work. So I think in the end I just get the pen tool and just go over it. Kind of panicking because obviously I've got not much time. We're making the handle black on this to make it stand out a bit. And wow, look at that gradient map that we've used there. Really cool. Just going to get the handle to kind of match the same shade of green with the same gradient map. And yeah, we'll just outline the handle, make it stand out a bit more. Next up, we're onto the golden apple. So this is like a default Minecraft texture golden apple here. We're just filling it in with like a standard gradient, golden gradient that I've got here. We're just going to make the outline a bit darker as well. So yeah, looking pretty good. Let's apply another gradient map to try and get the color nice and golden, nice and vibrant. So I'm just doing that. And then I'm just getting a black pencil tool and just going over the outline and just reducing the opacity just a little bit. Just making the stalk nice and brown. And we're also going for a leaf here, as you can see here. Just making that. Trying to use the gradient tool, but failing massively. And in the end, I just used the pen tool and just kind of like hand shade it. So yeah, and then we just recolor this to red to make just the regular apple. So that's pretty easy to do. So yeah, we've got both of our apples. Next up, we're onto the lava bucket. Don't really have enough time to make like a full one here. So we're just going to kind of edit one slightly. So we've got obviously the default bucket here for my default edit. I'm just making the lava a bit more gradienty, putting a gradient map on it, brightness and contrasts. And yeah. Okay, we're actually also doing a gradient for the bucket as well. I thought we were just going to leave that as default. But yeah, quick little gradient on that. Black outline, black inline, reduce the opacity. Now we're just recoloring it to make the water bucket. There we go. Bucket of water. Perfect. Yeah, I didn't bother with the other buckets, you know, just for the sake of time. Now we're going to add in some green stuff from another pack that I've made before. I believe this is my RGB pack, the green version. So I'm just going to apply the same gradient map to the ender pearl and stuff like that. I'm not cheating, you know, this is all for the sake of time. I want to make as many things green as possible. So yeah, here's the bow from the RGB pack as well. So yeah, I'm just applying the same gradient here just to make all the green kind of consistent. And then I'm just copying over the green kind of handle to the bow over to all the different ones. So yeah, next up we're onto the fishing rods. I'm going to make this black. So I've just changed the color there, made it black and white, put a black outline on it. Nice bit of gradient shading like that. And yeah, it's pretty clean actually. So now we're just going to apply a bit of green on there just so we can say that it's part of the green pack, even though it's literally just a black rod. Next up, we're onto the armor. So I'm using a template here. So I'm basically just taking the green from the swords and I'm applying it with a gradient using paint.net, because paint.net is actually a lot easier for doing gradients sometimes. And I'm basically just filling in this armor template basically with that same green gradient. So yeah, I normally use paint.net to do my armor because it's a little bit easier to use. But yeah, once we've done that, we can also try and outline the selection with a paint.net plugin that I have, just to kind of help shade it a little bit. But I wasn't really a fan of what it was doing in the end. So I tried it again just with a bit of glow shading, but that didn't really look that good either. But actually, yeah, I think I did go with glow in the end. So I'm just go ahead and applying that to all the different sections of the armor. So that's that. Then I open it up again, the second layer of armor in paint.net, and pretty much just do the same thing again. Nice and easy. Just filling this all in with green gradient. And yeah, just doing that. Nice and easy. Applying the glow as well, glow shading. And then I open it up with Photoshop and just apply a gradient map to it. So this should hopefully get the color nice and consistent. And yeah, I'm just removing the black bits there. Trying another gradient because I didn't like the last one. And then eventually it should be done. I should be happy with this. I probably spent way too much time on the armor, but I wanted that to look good because all the other stuff I did pretty quickly really. Just copy and pasted from my other packs. But yeah, next up we're going to be doing the GUI. So that's the widgets and the icons. Here are the icons here. We're just again applying the same gradient map to the hearts to make them kind of like a consistent green with the pack. Same with the XP bar here as well. We're making that the same kind of green. And then we're just copying that over to the other bars and stuff. We've got melons in this hotbar, so that looks pretty cool. We're using the widgets from the RGB pack and just applying the same gradient map. Same here, we're just going to cut that out so there's a nice little green outline on the selector. And we're also going to apply another gradient map onto the selector because I wasn't happy with it, but in the end I gave up. Next up we've got the particles here. So again, just particles from the RGB pack, but I'm just changing the green to be a bit more kind of consistent with the pack. Same gradient map. You guys know the score. It's pretty much just recoloring from here on out really with this pack. 7 minutes left, we're doing very good for time. So I'm just doing the diamond stuff here. So I'm just doing the diamond ore, diamond block, same deal, green gradient map. And I'm going to leave the blue outline just so you guys know it's a diamond ore. So I'm just trying something here with the armor. I'm just trying to shade it a little bit more because I've got 4 minutes. I might as well work on the armor, try and make that look as good as possible. And yeah, I think in the end, I reverted back to my old ways and I just used standard gradient shading. So I've applied a gradient to it, I've outlined it, and now I'm applying a gradient map. But it's still not looking great really, so I think I'd try and do it again. This time with the brightness and contrast tool to try and get a nice little inline in there. And that ended up looking a lot better. So then I get the black pencil tool and just darken the outline. Then I just apply a bit of glow to that. Just a little bit, not too much. And yeah, I think that chest plate part looks a lot better. But I don't have time to do all of the armor like that because I've only got about 1 minute remaining. What am I going to do? Well, what I do is I do the sky. So I go ahead and I get the sky out of one of my packs. And I think this is again the RGB green pack. And I'm just applying the same gradient map to it. Just getting the sky all done. And then just checking through all the folders, making sure that's all good. Don't have time to do a pack.png. So yeah, in the end, I'm just saving everything, making sure it's all good. Try last minute to try and shade the bucket a little bit more, but I ran out of time. And that's the end of the 30 minutes. Wow, that went pretty quickly. So let's check out what the pack looks like in game. And here it is. This is what the pack looks like in game. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm really happy with this sky. I really like how that's come out. And obviously, yeah, the armor isn't the best. The chest plate's obviously shaded, but the rest of it isn't. But we can fix that up off camera. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the UI, the melons for the hotbar, green sword, ender pearl. Buckets could do with a bit of fixing up. But otherwise, for 30 minutes, I think I've done a pretty good job. Obviously, the armor item probably needs some work as well. Probably need to work on them off camera. But yeah, it looks pretty good. If we just hop down into the pack worlds here, this is all the stuff. Probably need to do all the swords. I think I only did the diamond sword, so obviously I just need to recolor the diamond sword to make the rest of them. We've got the flint and steel here, which could probably use some work. The golden apples, they do look a little bit bright though for my liking, so I might maybe work on them off camera. And we also need to do the other armor as well, because we've only got the diamond right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the green 30 minutes pack. It's looking pretty good, but it does need a little bit more work. But I'll be back once I've done all that off camera and we'll check out the pack a little bit more. Alright, so here we are. We've worked on the pack off camera and yeah, this looks so much better now. So we've done the swords now. They all look good. I've worked on the golden apple a little bit. Made that a little bit more yellow. We've done the tools as well. Diamond tools are now done. And I've also recolored the armor item to match the kind of green that we're using. And yeah, I think it looks a lot better now that I've worked on it a little bit more. So I've worked on the buckets a little bit more as well. I've shaded them with glow and that makes them look a lot better. The armor's now done. I've had some time to work on that. So now the shading on that's a lot more consistent. The sword I'm still pretty happy with. I'm really happy with how that's come out. But yeah, that is pretty much the green 30-minute texture pack. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below for you guys to go ahead and grab it. Thank you guys all for watching and I'll see you in my next video.